Lucci wondered where Luffy was, but Sentomaru said that he is not his friend. Lucci didn't believe him and continued to attack Sentomaru. Unexpectedly, Luffy immediately returned. Even his head is very big, which surprised Lucci. Luffy immediately attacked him, but he managed to dodge, so he moved very quickly, seeking an opportunity to attack Luffy, but he bit down on a stone to shoot it out, causing Lucci to constantly dodge. Unexpectedly, Luffy immediately appeared behind him, and he came up with a new move. So, Luffy grabbed a pipe and turned it into rubber. Then, Luffy used the elasticity to attack Lucci, making him remember when Luffy fought him before, and Luffy unleashed an extremely powerful blow on Lucci. Lucci wondered, "You've become this strong already?" So, Luffy immediately defeated Lucci, while Snake was leading Chopper and Jinbei to escape, and she led them to Vegapunk's rocket. So, Jinbei immediately thanked Snake, making her feel embarrassed. At this moment, Luffy realized there's no more time left, but there wasn't enough room for Sentomaru on the rocket, making Luffy worried. Suddenly, Sentomaru said, "I trust you can get that old man out of here." So, Luffy decided to leave. With only 9 seconds left, Luffy immediately ran away at a very fast speed. Fortunately, he managed to run into the rocket in time. Finally, the rocket launched, and took Luffy's group to Vegapunk's research institute. Suddenly, Bonnie discovered Luffy had been transformed into an old man, surprising everyone. Unexpectedly, they arrived in just 32 seconds, which astonished the entire group because it was too fast. Below the factory, all the residents had fled, leaving only Sentomaru behind. Suddenly, he saw Lucci standing up. But Sentomaru believed Luffy could fulfill his promise. Finally, he felt relieved and fainted. So, the CP0 were able to stop the attack of the Seraphim, and they had to continue their mission. At this moment, Kuma was moving very quickly towards Egghead, while the CP0 felt impressed by Sentomaru, because he has fulfilled his role of protecting Vegapunk, despite Sentomaru being heavily injured. Lucci said this was the result of those who opposed the CP0, but, he wondered, they don't know what Vegapunk intends to do. When Lucci wanted to continue the action, Stussy said they had to wait for the Navy to arrive. However, Lucci didn't want to wait. On Vegapunk's side, he was still monitoring the CP0, making him worried, because currently, he was their target. Nami wondered why they wanted to eliminate Vegapunk. Because he possesses the greatest intellect in the world. This will cause significant damage to the government. At this moment, Vegapunk informed Nami's group. He has dedicated many inventions to the world government. Among them are research on devil fruits, and the creation of the biological weapon Pacifista. It even developed into Seraphim. Surprising Nami's group, Vegapunk realized his inventions have greatly aided the world government, so they fear Vegapunk might betray them. Although Vegapunk has no intention of rebellion, the world government still wants to eliminate him. However, Vegapunk feels like fate has arranged it, because Luffy's group has arrived here, which makes Usopp and Frankie excited. They think Vegapunk will join their pirate crew. But, Nami disagrees, because that way they will continue to be targeted by CP0. Robin also feels unsettled, and she realizes that the Sunny ship is being held here, so, they can only listen to Vegapunk, making him very happy. But, Sanji feels uncomfortable, and tells him to take off his shoes for them. Jinbei has handed Atlas back to the repair staff here. But, Bonnie is very angry, and she asks where Vegapunk is. While Luffy finds this place very interesting, Bonnie wants to go find Vegapunk, because she wants him to restore her father to his former self. So, Bonnie immediately runs off to find Vegapunk, and Luffy's group follows her. On the CP0's side, they have regained control of the Seraphim, helping them regain the advantage. But, Lucci realizes they've only defeated a copy of Vegapunk, thus, they still have 6 Vegapunks to deal with. Kaku says Vegapunk's defense system is very difficult to overcome. So, Lucci immediately orders the destruction of all ships on the island, to prevent anyone from escaping. On Kuma's side, he has flown to Red Port, where the world government manages. Unexpectedly, he crashed straight into the large gate, but Kuma couldn't pass through and fell down, causing his body to be heavily injured. At this moment, the people here also recognize him as Kuma, making them surprised, not knowing why Kuma is here, because they heard he was captured by the celestial dragons as a slave. Suddenly, Kuma woke up, immediately frightening everyone. At this moment, the Navy forces have also heard the announcement, so they will arrive here soon. But, Kuma is still determined to pass through this gate to reach Egghead, even though he is severely injured. On the CP0's side, They have sealed off all escape routes on the island, thus, they believe no one will be able to escape. At this moment, Lucci is trying to find a way to lure Vegapunk out, because his defense system is too complex for them. Stussy realizes Lucci doesn't want to wait for the navy. Lucci said, "I do not recognize the Straw Hats as emperors." While Vegapunk and his clones are monitoring the CP0, they realize they have blocked all escape routes, so they have no way to escape. Shaka suggests using the giant robot to escape, but it can only move within the range of the island. Lilith wants to fight to avenge Atlas, but Pythagoras doesn't want to fight, causing the two to argue, so Vegapunk says, "If there's no other way, then we have to fight," immediately exciting Lilith. Shaka warns Lilith they should prioritize allowing Vegapunk to escape, because the mission of satellites like them is to protect the entity, so he doesn't want Lilith to disrupt everything, making Lilith uncomfortable. On Sanji's group side, they're still waiting for Luffy to arrive, while Usopp is worried, not knowing if they will have to fight for real. Robin and Nami realize, even if they win and leave, they will still be pursued by the enemy, thus, they also don't know what to do. While Vegapunk's group is still thinking of a plan, at this moment, Vegapunk feels guilty towards Sentomaru. Suddenly, Pythagoras says they still have one more ally, causing Edison to worry because doing so will make the allied side be pursued by the world government. But Vegapunk immediately asks for their help, shocking Edison. Unexpectedly, they agreed to help Vegapunk, making him very happy. At this moment, they realize, as long as they can control the CP0, they can escape to Luffy's ship. So, Vegapunk immediately informs Nami's group, when they know there will be 7 Vegapunks boarding the ship together, making Frankie and Sanji excited. While Bonnie is very angry looking for Vegapunk, because he dared to use insects to threaten her into fainting. Suddenly, Luffy and Chopper hear the warning sound. It turns out Vegapunk's defense system has been neutralized. Shaka doesn't know who did this, surprising everyone. On Lucci's side, he realizes the defense system has been neutralized, but he also doesn't know who did it, so they all advance towards the island together. Suddenly, they see Luffy's ship, thus, they decide to destroy it. On Kizaru's side, he is advancing towards Egghead with the Navy fleet, and he also receives news that Vegapunk has sided with Luffy's faction. On Lucci's group's side, they have seen the Sunny ship, so he decides to destroy this ship. Kaku says he will deal with it with one blow, while Zoro is sleeping on the ship, and Brook is in the kitchen tidying up. Thus, Kaku immediately unleashes a very powerful blow at Sunny, but Zoro immediately wakes up, and he counters his attack, surprising them. Zoro says, "Who dares to disturb my sleep?" Brook realizes they are CP0. Kaku becomes angry when he sees Zoro. Zoro remembers he had defeated him at Eni's lobby. At this moment, Kaku decides to deal with Zoro, but Zoro says, "Who dares to destroy this ship? Then, I will cut him down." On Pythagoras' side, he has reactivated the defense system, but he realizes that CP0 has managed to get inside. Shaka sees them confronting Zoro, making Shaka worried, because they want to destroy the Sunny ship. While Zoro is fighting Kaku, Pythagoras suggests calling someone to help Zoro. Suddenly, Lilith feels very excited, because she wants to fight CP0. On Luffy's side, they are searching for Bonnie, because they have lost track of her. Suddenly, Luffy sees Nami's group, making them very happy. At this moment, Sanji says they already know everything. Luffy fighting CP0, and also agreeing to let Vegapunk board the ship. Nami says they need to quickly get Vegapunk out of here, making Luffy disappointed, because he hasn't explored the entire island yet. But, Nami says CP0 is still searching for them. Suddenly, Luffy remembers Bonnie and tells them. Bonnie wants to kill Vegapunk, shocking everyone, but they discover that Vegapunk is also missing, making Nami worried. On Vegapunk's side, he is being pursued by Bonnie, making him afraid. While Bonnie is very angry, Vegapunk tells her to listen to what he has to say. But, Bonnie continues to attack Vegapunk, because she wants Vegapunk to restore her father back to normal. However, Vegapunk says he can't do it, making Bonnie even more angry. She is determined to kill Vegapunk. So, Bonnie knocked Vegapunk down to the basement, seeing Bonnie very resentful of herself, making Vegapunk worried, and Vegapunk remembered when he used to save Bonnie, then, his experiment was successful. Thus, he sees this as the first great step towards world peace. At this moment, Bonnie pretended to fall and transformed back into a child, seeing Bonnie crying, making Vegapunk worried, and trying to treat Bonnie's injuries, but Bonnie immediately reverted back to normal. Turns out she just wanted to lure Vegapunk closer to her, so she continued to attack Vegapunk, and Bonnie used the power of her devil fruit, turning Vegapunk into a child. At this point, Bonnie asked Vegapunk why he did that to her father, but Vegapunk didn't want to speak, because saying it would hurt Bonnie's feelings, and he also made a promise to Kuma. On Kuma's side, he's trying to climb over the gates of the Red Line, even though he was very seriously injured, while Bonnie was very angry, because Vegapunk refused to tell her. He said that Kuma's abandonment of his humanity was a decision made by Kuma himself, but Bonnie didn't believe it, because he would never abandon her, while the Navy was still blocking Kuma. However, Kuma was determined to pass through this gate. At this moment, Vegapunk said he was very proud because Kuma was his friend, and he also valued Kuma greatly, so he couldn't reveal this secret to Bonnie, but it made Bonnie even angrier. Suddenly, Bonnie saw a locked room. When she approached to see the room, Vegapunk immediately tried to stop Bonnie, and said that the room had nothing to do with Kuma. But Bonnie felt this room was related to her father, so she broke the lock, and opened the door to the room. When Bonnie stepped inside, it immediately surprised her, because this place held Kuma's memories. On another side, Kid's pirate crew arrived at a strange sea area. Suddenly, they spotted an island. So, Kid decided to advance towards that island. Suddenly, Killer realized that this island was the homeland of the giant tribe. On Garp's side, they were planning to advance towards the territory of the four emperors, causing great concern among his subordinates, because he hadn't informed the Navy headquarters about this. Meanwhile, Helmeppo was worried about Kobe, as he had been captured by Blackbeard. Suddenly, Garp called Helmeppo outside. It turned out he wanted to lead them to the base of Blackbeard to rescue Kobe. This made Helmeppo very happy. Today's video ends here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to support Oni-chan in the next videos. Thank you for watching. Love you all.